All right. Good evening, everyone. I trust we're all doing very well today. Uh, can we all hear me? I trust. I want to see your comments. If you can hear me, I'm not seeing any comments yet. So, am I audible enough? Can you hear me clearly? Is all good? All right. So, good evening. You're welcome to Upskilling for the New Age. My name is McDaniels Albert, and I will be your host for today alongside Ife Sinachi, who would be shown to you shortly. All right. So this evening I am excited and I'm like not just excited. If there's another word that can trump how I feel right now, then that would be it because this is a much anticipated meeting and it is finally here. So sit back, relax. There is a lot of value in store for you. Okay, I'm seeing on the chat. It's good to have you with us. Grateful. It's good to have you with us, Karen Day and Steph. It's good to see you. So just let us know where you're joining us from. And just before then, I wanted to just do something quickly, right? Pick up your phone, share the live stream link for this meeting, share it with your friends, share it on your status, share it on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, every possible place shareable. I want you to do the sharing right now. If you have shared, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Give me a thumbs up in the comments. All right. Oh, I want you to share it with your friends on social media. Okay, great. All right, so once again, it is good to have you with us. Like I said, I'm your host alongside Ife Snachi. Is she here? Please, could you just um, say hi to our people?
Hi, hi everyone.
All right, so I'll just be handing over to Ife Snachi as she continues to set the ball rolling.
Thank you so much, Magdane, for having me and we doing this together. And welcome everyone to this long-awaited event, Upskilling for the New Age. This event is actually hosted by New Covenant Church Youth Fellowship. And we say a big thank you to our pastors and every one of us that contributed towards the success of this event. Thank you so much. Like we have been praying for this event, preparing, and we are glad to have you with us. Thank you so much. But before we move forward, let's have the opening prayer. So, a brief one. Thank you. Father, we thank you for this event. And we are grateful for the opportunity to fellowship and listen tonight to the speaker. We ask that you open our hearts to understand every word that will be spoken tonight, that we will be equipped with the necessary knowledge to compete with the to be able to compete with the required skill needed for the new age. Thank you, mighty God, in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I can see you, Cletus. I can see Eno. Thank you so much for joining. So, just write in the comment section, what are your expectations for this event? Can can you just drop your expectation for this event? What are your expectations for coming to upskilling for the new age? Just drop it in the comment section. Just keep it coming because tonight we have expectations why we actually set up this event. And our expectation for you tonight are this is to equip you with the necessary skill for the new age. Also give you the strategy for career growth. These are expectations for you, among others, for tonight's event. And can I see some reaction to know how excited you are for this event and your expectations for this event? So can it keep coming? Magdane, what are your expectations? Let's start from you, Magdane. Okay.
Oh well, if I start naming my expectations, right, we will not finish today. However, while I was filling up the form, the only thing that I could write was upskill, right, with a very very happy emoji because I am looking forward to, as a result of these meeting, receive as much insight as possible to be able to compete and to be relevant in my field. The other day we were talking about how that um, a lot of things are changing, right? AI AI has been around for a while, but suddenly in like 2023, there was just this like boom. And recently we found out we saw a company that is commercializing nuclear reactors for energy in people's houses, right? I mean, no more will we be having grid collapse and be victims of it. And the amazing thing is, these reactors, nuclear reactors, are safe to be in your house and would last for as long as 10 years before you need any form of maintenance. And so
Wow.
there are a lot of that is disruption. And so I'm looking forward to being relevant even in my own field, to be able to be as disruptive and even more disruptive than that.
Oh wow. I saw in those comments, she said practical strategy. Like uh for me, my expectation is at the end of the day to have the strategies that I can implement, that I can
Mhm,
execute, not
mhm.
big jargons, but jargons that are achievable, that I can
Yes.
execute, that jargons that are relatable. And I know the
Yeah.
Godfather will do so much to this. And
We
I'm
There's why he is called the Godfather. He's the Godfather for a
telling
reason.
you,
Yeah.
it's for a reason. So
Yeah.
why we please keep it coming. What are your expectations for this event? And while we are doing that, can you drop in the comment section where you are joining us from? For me, I'm joining from just Plateau State. And let's keep it coming. Where are you joining us from? What's your job role? For me, I'm a food scientist. Magdane, where are you joining us from? What's your job role?
I'm joining from just Nigeria and I'm a software engineer. Bring jobs.
The tech, the tech bro. Please keep
It
it
is well.
coming. The tech bro. Oh, and United Kingdom of Abuja.
It is good to see you from the UK.
Oh, Chidima just Plateau State. What's your job goal, please? Chidima, Sharon, they are abroad. Oshe. So keep it coming. What's your job goal? So just drop it so that we know the audience we are speaking to tonight, and it's a way of connecting with each other too. So I'm a food scientist. Magdana is the tech bro. I'm a food scientist. So okay, product manager. Oshe, so much. This room can. Aisha will not excuse you people, the tech
I'm
brothers and sisters. Join the Delta Nigeria.
don't worry. After now, we are going to create our own forum of tech people.
I'm telling you, because the tech people in this place are Sister Cynthia, United Kingdom public health practitioner. Oh, nice to have you. Okay, now I have someone we can relate. I'm a food scientist.
Wow, wow,
Public
wow. Now
health.
you are being
So
biased.
you get okay. Favor. Okay, she's joining from J Town. She's a fashion designer, virtual assistant, Opo, and a lifestyle content creator. Opo, I say we'll leave this room for you people. Chidima, wardrobe manager and social media manager. Oshe, We are glad to have you, Chidima. Okay. Sister Chioma is joining from Jos, Nigeria, executive assistant and conservation storyteller. Hmm. Hmm. Are you seeing all the soft skill I'm seeing, Magdane?
I am seeing, oh, I am seeing, and I'm really excited to be here. Honestly.
Okay, Amy, we are glad to have you. Amy is joining from Kaduna Microbiologies.
Oh wow.
Calling a fashion designer and a student. Ah, hmm, hmm, hmm. This room at the end of today, I hope we'll be able to contain each other. Okay, Sharon. She says she's a writer, virtual assistant, customer service, and project manager. I said it. I said it. You people are many, the tech bros and the techies. We'll create a community maybe at the end of this meeting.
No,
Okay.
we'll do you
Olushola.
induction so that you will join us.
Okay, thank God. I've seen my partner. She's joining from Jos, medical laboratory scientist. Thank God. Oh, sister, you're welcome. Okay, joining from Jos. Okay. Uh, Hairstylist and a teacher. Oh, that's so sweet. Magdane, what do you think
Yes.
about hairstylist and a teacher? How do we join that combo tonight?
Well, I believe that she has the grace for it because I know that both are demanding physically, but then again, it's actually an interesting combination because it shows, it's actually, to me, it communicates disruption, to be honest, because those are like two, maybe they're not so similar in their own, in their expressions, but that's a beautiful combo, and I'm looking forward to. I have questions for you, anyways, on how you're able to manage both of them.
Because I'm just thinking, how do this person join it together and at the
Yeah,
end of the day,
I'm
okay,
even I'm even thinking because at some
yeah.
point, while I was way younger, I taught in a primary school. I hope you are not teaching primary school. I don't have anything against them, but I know the kind of stress that. So more grace.
I'm telling you, more ways. I saw Sister Victoria. She's joining from Oyo. Yeah. uh Fashion designer, virtual assistant. Oh, you see, a lot of fashion designers and virtual assistants. What do you think about
Mhm.
this combo too, Magdane? How do you join fashion designing and virtual assisting? Because you get machine, you get laptop. How do you join these two at the end of the day?
Well, you for one, you can use the machine as your tabletop, So while your one hand is using the tailor's chalk and the other one is, But I think it's a beautiful combination. Um, of course, I saw someone mention that she was a fashion virtual assistant. I don't
Yeah,
think I have. I don't think there are so much of these people around, but it's actually a beautiful combination. In your leisure, you can being a VA is that you work remotely most of the time, which gives
yeah,
you that flexibility of also doing the things that you love. So that's actually a beautiful combination.
yeah. We have Brother Elijah, Jos Plateau State event designer. Wow. We are so glad to have you all. Seriously, we
Yeah,
are
we
glad to
are.
have you. We are excited to have you. So to go further with this, Magdane, I'm handing over to you to introduce the speaker. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that Ifesinachi. So it is time. I want you to. Let me see. I'm just trying to go through the comments and all of that. Okay, I'm seeing Araolua. I'm seeing. Oh, Senayon said that her kids are great. I'm happy for your kids. I'm happy for you. Anyway, well, the moment we have all been waiting for is here, and it is now, and we are thrilled and excited to have with us the Godfather in the person of Reverend Bobby Joachim be our speaker for this evening. And so, a Short video montage will be played that will introduce our speaker, after which the next face you're going to see is that of the Godfather. So sit back, get your writing materials, preferably a hard copy pen and a biro, and a book rather, so that you are able to scribble as much as possible. All right, so sit back and share. And yeah, so let's have the montage play, please.
Struggling with identity, purpose, growth, or business? You're in the right place. This session will help you find clarity and scale with confidence. Discover hidden opportunities. Take action that shifts your future. I'm Bobby Dorkin, and I help entrepreneurs, faith driven leaders, and visionary thinkers see, seize, and scale opportunities. Let's dive in.
All right. Hi everyone. How you doing? Can you see me? Can you see me wherever you are? Let's see if you can see me. If you can see me wherever you are, I'm looking through the chat. Good to see you. Good to see everyone here. Connected. Um, good. Um, good. Amazing. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Okay. Who again? Who again? Nairet, I can see you. Hi. I can see you. I can see you. Who again? Who again? Who again? Who again? Mommy Mata, good to be here. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. All right. Okay. The journey starts and we're jumping right in. Okay. Oh, amazing. Thank you for that heads up. I was wondering why. Okay. Just a moment, please. Um, Amazing. Good. Good. So I'm here. All right. If you can see me, say you can see me, say you can see me wherever you are, lift up your hands, lift up your hands. Sounds like we're in church. Lift up your hands, lift up your hands, lift up your hands. Thank you, Choma. Thank you, Grateful. Thank you, Mommy Peculiar. Thank you. Our pastor is here, Pastor Kola is here. Good to see every one of you. Amazing. Good. It's an opportunity to communicate with every one of you things that are in my heart and things that I know that would really change the trajectory of your development. Thank you wherever you're tuning in from. I'm excited to be here. Thank you to the leadership of the of this fellowship that invited me to be here, and I'm grateful to communicate with every one of you the truths that we should hear and the things that we should have in this day and time. This is the topic that I've been assigned today to have a conversation with you, and it's upskilling for the new age. Upskilling for the new age. You need to write that in the comment section. Upskilling for the new age. And this conversation, it's important because every one of us needs this conversation. We need to migrate into what exactly we have for the day. A couple of years ago, someone said this to me and it has stuck. I think around 2020, 2021, someone said this to me. He said, you either grow big or you go home. Come on, write that down. Let that settle in your heart. Let that start our conversation. He said, grow big or go home. Put your name and say to yourself, grow big or go home. Put your first name and put a comma and then write this to yourself. You either grow big or you go home. I want to see people in the comment section that are complying. Grow big or go home. This is part of the conversation that we are having today. You either grow big or you go home. There are no middle grounds. There is no conversation around this. This is what you need to tell yourself. I'm glad to see you, sister. You either grow big or you go home. And that's why this conversation around upskilling for the new age is something we cannot trample on. It's something we cannot look down upon. We've got to tell ourselves that this conversation has got to happen. And if this conversation is not happening as fast as you think it should be happening, you are going to be moved faster in this world. The world is changing so fast. In fact, there's a research that tells us that the changes the world has seen in the last 25 years is nothing compared since time began. The changes of the last 25 years has brought a change, a dynamic change to the way we operate, the way we think, the way we condition our minds, the desires, the appetites of everyone. And this is why every one of you must realize that life is changing so fast. If you are not changing, if you're not moving as fast as you ought to, then prepare to go home. And if you're going home, it simply means that you should prepare to stay at a place where you are literally irrelevant, where you don't have any kind of stuff to give to the world. And every one of you, you've got something that the world needs. As a matter of fact, I have said to myself in recent times, there are three things that must be absorbed in your heart. The first is that you must know who you are. The conversation of who you are is non-negotiable. Why? The world every day is seeking to alter your identity. So who you are must be firmly fixed. And who you are is important in all the dynamics of what you're doing. You cannot grow big, you cannot get better, you cannot desire more if you are not clear on who you are. Number two, you must recognize how the world works. Many times we know who we are, but we fail to understand how this world works. This world has a system. This world has a blueprint of operation. And many times when we know who we are, but we fail to understand how this world works, we become liabilities instead of assets. My desire for every one of us listening is that we will make a transition from the point where we are considered as liabilities, but we are now assets. That's the second thing you need to keep in mind. How does this world works? Now, we must not lose our identity in seeking to know how this world works, but we must be very conscious of the fact that having known who we are or whose we are, we must know how this world. Jesus said to us, we are not of this world. That's true. But there is a system that this world operates by. And if you want to stay relevant in this world, there is a way you must navigate. Number three, you must identify your role in this world, which many times we will consider as your profession, your career, your vocation. So number one, who you are, identity. Number two, you must recognize how this world works. And there are certain protocols that this world follows that you cannot ignore. You can pray in tongues of men and angel, but if you are not at the point where you can find how this world works, understand the system of this world, then this world will do you very strong things. Let me use it that way. They would play down on your intelligence. You will walk and you will not see the result. And that's why many times when I have conversations with people, I discover that Christian creatives, they suffer from two things. Number one, they struggle with visibility. If you've been close around me, you've heard that in probably a coaching session or a training session. Christian creatives struggle with visibility. If you are here and you are struggling with visibility, because the operating psychology in your head is that, oh, they will just get to know me. No, the world doesn't operate that way. The world we live in requires you to identify yourself, show up in quotes, and then, of course, that's what we will call visibility in this world. So if you are not known, you can't be trusted, you can't be liked, you can't be patronized as well. So you must recognize that Christian creatives, especially, they struggle with visibility. Number two thing that they struggle with is pricing of their products. As I deal with people over and over and over again, I discover that they struggle with pricing. So you ask someone who is so good And you're asking them, how much is the value of what you are offering? And then they get to say to you, well, just pay me anything. How many of you can relate with what I just said? Let me see in the comment section quickly. How many of you can relate? 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 Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see like 5 people. Okay, I'm waiting. Good, 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 good. I'm waiting. I'm not in a hurry today. I can, sir. Steve says I can. Good, good. Victoria says I can. So many times we are struggling with these things, and that's because we fail to know how the world works. We fail to know how this world works. This world trumps on perception. This world trumps on you having had a perception, then they can literally patronize you. That's why many of you are skilled, competent, but you might find out that you're not patronized as you ought to, because there's a perception that the world must relate with. These things are key. And when we talk about upskilling in the new age, it's not something that you can just look around, because the world is moving so fast. This world is moving at a fast pace. It means that your ability to recognize the trends, interpret the seasons is very important. In the year 2020, let me share a couple of stories with you. In the year 2019, towards the end of 2019, Pastor Kola reached out to me and he said to me that I think it is time for you to move your courses, because I did a lot of trainings, but I think it's time for you to move your courses to on-site. I mean, online rather than just on-site. But move your training so that you can have people take your trainings from different parts of the globe. Now, I didn't know that that was a counsel, but it was also prophetic. Listen to me. It was a counsel, but it was also prophetic. Prophetic in the sense that that whole idea of moving my course or my courses over to the internet and online space to host them online was prophetic, because from the end of 2019, we began to hear about COVID. We began to hear about COVID. We began to hear about it. And while we thought it was far and distant, in January, we started experiencing one or two. By March 2020, there was a complete lockdown. How many of you were alive during COVID? How many of you were alive during COVID? All right? Just kidding. But you see, that counsel moved me into a new dimension. It moved me so well that I was able to take my courses. And in the middle of COVID, I made more money, because while COVID happened, of course, they say we live in a VUCA economy right now. But while COVID happened, it happened with little impact on me. In that moment of moving my courses online, and I spent bulk of December 2019 shooting my videos, moving the courses online, unlike today that I know much better, that I can literally curate a course from beginning to end like this. Like I can shoot a course almost like this, and it's going to be global standard. But that simple counsel, which I believe was prophetic, moved me into that era where I was not affected. It was a season of upskilling, but much more, it helped me. Let me share another story with you. Many of you may not really know, but my core area of expertise is theology. And by studying theology as my first degree and my second degree, that had a limited option on me. It simply meant that I had literally, at least at that time, I only had 2 options until recent times that people from the theological space have a third option. Let me share the options with you. The first option for studying theology is that you're going to look for a church. And in looking for a church, it means a church has to employ you if you were not employed by a church. And how many of you have seen vacancy for a pastor in any church? How many of you have seen? Share with me. How many of you have seen? Share with me quickly. If you've seen vacancy, you were passing around and you saw vacancy for a church in Nigeria, in Jos, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, you saw vacancy, pastor needed, apply in person with CV. If you have seen that, please tell me. I want to see, I want to see, I want to see. This is going to be engaging, and I want you to converse as fast as you can. All right? How many of you have seen an advert? Probably even a newspaper advert. And my peculiar says she has seen. Amazing. Okay, interesting. That's one out of many. Please tell me. All right? It's scarce, McDaniel says. Right? Sharon Obimbe says, I've seen. I'm not saying online, no, because in this age now, LinkedIn, there are many vacancies for pastors. Okay. So, but that was the limited option I had. It meant that I finished theology, studied a degree, did my master's, studied that completely. But it meant the first option was that I was going to look for a church to hire me as a pastor. All right? To hire me as a pastor. Thank you, Sharon. All right? To hire me as a pastor. The second alternative I had was the fact that I was going to now apply for further studies. So I will go on for masters, I will go on for PhD, and all I'll be left to do is to be dissecting theological discourse, writing papers, arguing about Martin Luther, arguing about what this person said, what that person said, this relevant truth for the church, and just be writing papers all my life. Like literally, be writing papers. So those were the two major options while I was about to finish seminary. The third is the fact that recently graduates from theological schools are now entering the military. And they're entering the military to be chaplains. Nothing wrong. But you see, the way the world operates, you cannot literally become a prayer contractor. I know that people do that in different places. But I was left with the option of upskilling myself. And that's why I feel so competent in speaking to every one of you about upskilling. The reason is that I have discovered clearly that I needed to upskill myself if I needed to be relevant in this world. It was no longer negotiable for me to just stay with the options that exactly my society had left me with. It was important for me to stay clearly, right? To stay clearly on my lane. Sharon, leave me alone. Right? You know, and it was important that I stay clearly on my lane and stay around my lane so well that I could do these things that I'm doing with strong conviction, without fear, right? Let me show you guys something. Just a quick stuff. All right. So this is what I just received right now. All right. Somebody says hilarious signposts in Nigeria. Nigerians will not kill me. Wanted. 2 pastor, 2 driver, 2 household. But that's the phone number for you guys that want to really apply. You can apply to that phone number, and then literally they will employ you if you're looking for a role as a pastor. Just on the humor side, okay? All right, back to what I'm saying to you. So it's important that you upskill yourself to be relevant. Very important. Because if you stay at the place where you are not upskilling and making yourself relevant, the options around you will be limited. Please pay attention closely tonight. The options you will have if you are not upskilling yourself will be limited. And we know that many career paths have actually become irrelevant. They have actually become a place where, Joy, avoid me. Joy says, thank you, sir, for the update. I know you would apply. All right. And many careers have left being relevant. They are now obsolete. And let's just quickly talk about what a career means. A career is simply this definition here, that it's the long-term journey of professional growth shaped by a person's jobs, your roles, your experiences, and skills over time. And it is aligned with their goals, interests, and values. So it's a long-term journey. You can start a career, you can be an entry-level person in your career development, but it's a long-term journey for you to have professional growth, and it is shaped by your job, your roles, the experiences you have, the skills you gather over the years, over time. That's the basic understanding of career. Now let's quickly see something else. These in itself are the things that kind of form the bedrock of our conversation today. That I want to talk about why upskilling matters in a fast-paced world, and I've said something about that. The career transition throughout the ages, and of course, career extensions and pivots that have happened over the years. People don't recognize that there are lots of career pivoting that has happened. How many of you know about the company Kodak? Let me see. How many of you have heard about the company Kodak? K-O-D. Don't Google, don't Google, don't Google. Just, you know much about them. You saw them. I'm not saying you just read them by reason of research. Okay? You've literally read about them. Kodak. Let me see. How many of you? Camera production. Good. Mommy P, right? So camera production, at a point in time, they even went into photocopying machines, and they were almost close to, is it photocopying machines, or I'm mixing them with Xerox? All right, Kodak cam. But you see, how many of you have seen a recent one? Like in recent times, you saw a Kodak, and they were seeking to, maybe all you want to buy now is a Kodak camera. How many of you want to buy a Kodak camera? Good for 1 minute passport. Peter, you lived in Lagos, obviously. You lived in Lagos. All right. So all of those things were very significant at that time. All right. They were significant at a particular time. But today, there's been a transition. A transition has happened such that AI, Apple has taken over what Kodak was doing at a point in time. Kodak did not reinvent itself, and that statement we made at the beginning, where we said that you either grow big or go home, is what happened to the likes of Kodak. They went home. They went home. And they were no longer relevant for our world. Now, even in terms of camera, you will discover that we have the Nikon, we have the Canon, we have other kinds of cameras that are now more in vogue, and they're not, they're evolving every day. Technology is advancing. So some things have become obsolete, irrelevant. We also have careers, not just products and services, but we have careers that are now obsolete. All right, there's a pivoting that has happened. So we want to end this session with talking about how to future-proof your career. And remember, when we call anything career, we say it's a long-term journey of professional growth. A long-term journey of professional growth. Elijah says Nitel. I like that. Nitel. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stories that touch the heart. All right. So let's quickly look at a kind of historical perspective on career transitions that have happened. All right. Again, Heraclitus said the only thing that is constant is change. But quickly, let me show you the career transitions that have happened throughout the ages. Number one, we have the agricultural age. At this time, for the agricultural age, it was more about small-scale farming, and people were moving from small-scale farming to large-scale production. So those who produced in that moment, it was a transition happening. That agricultural age, it was also manual labor. And that's why for places like Africa, there was a time when people got married, got married to many wives, not essentially for just posterity and holding their gene and making sure that they propagate the earth and fill the earth, but it was more for labor. It was more that the number of children you had could help you to till the farmlands. It was manual labor that was available at that time. The world was beginning to move from small-scale farming to large-scale production. Then we moved into the industrial age. And why it's called the industrial age is simply the fact that it was a transition from manual labor to machines. from manual labors to machines. At that time, factory jobs were not the big deal. If you got a factory job, it was the big deal. Now, let me do a backtrack. Before even the agricultural age advancement, there's what is called like the Stone Age and all of that. At that time, the biggest, in fact, what we will consider like the big boys role, the tech job of that day and time was not IT, it was masonry, what we call masons, people who were involved in building. They were the ones who were considered as the big boys at that time, right? And to be a mason was a big deal because you were involved in, in the architectural development, the landscape overview of every society you found yourself in. And then we moved into the agricultural age. Then we moved into the industrial age. Then we moved into the information age. And in the information age, we had a kind of transition, the rise of office jobs, digital work. And in that instant, what we call the blue collar job was more fascinating. All right, became more fascinating. So everybody wanted to have a blue collar job. People were graduating from school in those times, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. People graduating and 90s. People are graduating and it's like, what? Where are you going to work? It was the big deal to hear where you are going to work. So office jobs, blue collar jobs was the main thing that was attracting to people and attractive to people. And then we have moved gradually from this whole moment where we have the whole information age, but we are also now in the technological age. It's slightly interwoven with the information age, but the difference now is that it is now riding on the wings of technology. Information still existing, but it is spread faster on the wings of technology. So we have the automations, we have the gig economy, we have AI that is disrupting things. All right, how many of you know what the gig economy is? The gig economy is simply the things that makes up for Upwork, Fiverr, and all of that, where you can outsource particular roles. Is a gig. When somebody says, I have a gig, for instance, right? I have a job. But this time, the gig economy is now getting bigger and bigger and bigger because with the availability of platforms like Feed Coyote, Upwork, Fiverr, and the likes of them, they are now giving you an opportunity to be where you are, but you can actually make an exchange anywhere you are. That's what the technological era is doing. I spent bulk of this week learning how to create my own GPT. I spent bulk of this week learning how to create my own GPT. So next month, every one of you would have the opportunity to have access to a GPT called Coach Me, right? And it would answer your questions from spirituality to life coaching, and it will be me talking with you completely, all right? I want to test run it for 1 month completely. If you are excited, say I'm excited, I'm excited. It will be available to people. I'm using that idea. It's part of my upskilling because I'm using AI right now to build a custom GPT. And in building a custom GPT, you can literally have a pro bono coaching session with me. You can have a pro bono mentoring session with me without me being there with you, but you can literally just enjoy access to the things that I'm doing, the things, my thoughts, my ideas, everything. It will literally speak like me, act like me, only that I will not be there. And I'll try to impute my voice so that you can literally hear that. And guess what? Guess what? This is why I'm mentioning this rather. It's because I literally had to learn that myself. Remember my journey. I'm a theologian, I'm a pastor, right? And I'm learning all of these things, upskilling myself in a different way so that I can be relevant. I can be relevant completely to my world, to my generation. So everybody wants to have a coaching session with me, and I can't be everywhere. But you see, I can give you a link that anything you ask me within the ambit of my competence, right? I can literally attend to you. So I'm uploading all my ideas, my thoughts, my posts on LinkedIn, my emails to you. Every kind of post that I've written is literally being harnessed, refined in my tone and my voice. That's the beauty of the technological era. Now, guess what? I told somebody today that I can build you your own GPT, and the person was like, "How much will it cost?" And I'm not going to earn from something that is exciting for me. And let me tell you the truth, it's so easy. It's so easy to do. It's the easiest thing. But I've learned to upskill myself that I'm not just becoming someone who is using ChatGPT, who is using Perplexity, who is using Claude, all of those things. I am now moving myself to more automation so that I can do every other thing I want to do. I can sit down, I can binge with my family, I can do other things, I can spend time with God, and I can have more relationship, but I've upskilled myself in an area where I can use all of this. The world has been changing. It won't stop. Let me say this again. The world has been changing and it won't stop. I did something I'm going to post something in the comment section. And I did that. And that AI prompt I did changed a couple of things for me. And I'm going to post it for you in the comment section, right? This is what I post. This is what I used a couple of days ago. You can see that in the comment section, right? You don't need to highlight it. But I posted this about a month ago or 2 months ago. I can't remember. And I gave ChatGPT and I said, "You're my research assistant with a futuristic perspective. Where is the biggest impact and highest income currently being made in my dash industry or profession? Where will it be in the next 10, 20 years? Do not execute this research like the masses." Pardon my use of word, but like a billionaire with foresight and eyes on the future. How many of you like this prompt? How many of you love it? You should copy it out and use it for yourself. All right? Use it for your industry. Just play around. Just play around and you'll be amazed what happens to you. Right? You will just be amazed that there are certain trends in your industry that you're not aware of. Guess what happened to me? I used this for the coaching industry, and one of the things it told me was that humans are seeking for how they can relocate and enjoy moments in mass. And that in the future, part of the ultra coaching skills you must generate is the ability to coach people who want to live not just on earth, but who want to go beyond earth to probably have some good time in mass. They would need coaching for adaptation. They would need coaching for lifelong productivity. They would need coaching for gene mutilation and all of that. And even though humans will be the one to govern how the changes will happen, but it can give you an idea of how fast your career is changing, of how fast your industry is changing. Some of you are students. You need to use that prompt and just wow your mind after this session today. Just wow your mind. Just be excited at what you see. Some of the things you may not understand, some of the things may not be 100% accurate, of course, because somebody said that that all GPTs are 97% correct, but 100% confident. Let me say that again. Someone said all GPTs are 97% correct, but 100% confident. It means that the way that they will share the idea with you, it will be like, wow, this is the in thing. All right? So put that update. Check it out and see how it's going to move. The world will always change. And Heraclitus says that the only thing that is constant in our world is change. That's the only thing that is constant in our world. And every one of us needs to come to terms with it. But you see, change frightens us. Change frightens people. People don't want to change easily, right? There was a way Pastor Kola mentioned something about change, and I can't remember it, but I saw the clip. He went for an interview and he mentioned that about change. And I really like, I'll find it and get how I can send it across to you. But I love what he said about change and the fact that It's the cost of change, if I'm correct, is the cost of change that really frightens people completely. And change frightens people because of five things. Number one, because of the possible fear of failure. And this happens even when we want to upskill in a career. We are afraid of failure. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? We are also afraid of commitment. All right? We're also afraid of commitment. We are afraid of success even. All right? There are people who just want to be humble in such a way that, oh, I don't want to be troubled. Just a little bit, like Proverbs, just a little bit of wealth and not too much, that I can have my daily bread and so that I will not curse you. So the fear of success even intimidates some people. There's also the fear of disapproval. That's part of the reasons why change frightens some people. There's a fear of disapproval. What if nobody supports me? What if I'm all alone on this path? What if nobody responds to me on this path? Those things are evident. And then, of course, the change around us can frighten us because it brings out the fear of the unknown. We are uncertain. What will possibly happen to me? And some people will just decide to be in their comfort zone because all of these fears are expressing themselves. And as you listen tonight, you want to ask yourself, in what areas am I afraid? In what areas am I afraid of moving on? In what areas? What's my real fear? I'm speaking now as a coach, right? What's the real fear I'm battling with? Am I afraid of failure? Am I afraid of disapproval? Am I afraid of commitment? Am I afraid of success? Am I afraid of the unknown? Which of these is in my heart as I consider change for my life? Why? The only thing that is constant is change. It's change. Every one of us must come to terms with it, that change is here and change is happening in your career, in your profession. Ourselves, what are the essential soft skills that we need to put in mind? All right? What are the essential soft skills we need to put in mind? I just put this in view. If you have the opportunity, I would want you to read the World Economic Forum report for 2025, 2024 and 2025. You would see a couple of skills that are here and now. Sadly, we are in a world where the transition is happening so fast that these things are not just about technical skills, but the soft skills as well. You may not be so strong with, your technical skills, but let me plead with every one of you. Do not downplay your competence when it comes to soft skills. Don't downplay. The first on the list is communication. The ability to present your ideas effectively. The ability to be understood, to know what exactly you are saying. Someone once said that everything can be resolved by communication. Everything can be resolved by communication. And you need to come to terms with this, that the world is moving so fast. Please pay attention. The world is moving so fast that you've got to learn, you've got to master what's happening in our world, in our day and time, because there's a shift that is happening. And if you're not careful enough, you will not know how to position yourself accurately. So you must know how to position yourself accurately. Number two is cultural intelligence. And for those of you who know me closely, you know that this is one of my strengths, is my turf, is my playground, right? You need to learn how to navigate diverse workplaces, because you can be a tech specialist, a data analyst, a business analyst, you can be whatever kind of field. The fact that you're working with people who are different from you will require you to know how to navigate diverse workplaces. For instance, if you're working in a remote team, bulk of your team may be outside your geographical boundaries. So it means that you may be in Nigeria, but your colleague may be in Australia. And because you are in Nigeria, an email pops up just this moment we're having this session. And then that moment, you just quickly hear, oh, there's an email, or you receive an email and you quickly check it out. And in that email, the person who sent you the email is in Australia. And you happen to say, good evening. As simple as that is, you are not culturally intelligent. Because that message, in communicating that message, the person on the other side is not having evening. Is not having evening. The person is probably in the morning hours, and that person should likely not be hearing good evening, even though they can understand. But you see, you are not navigating the diversity of your workplace. So what's the appropriate term to use? It will be good day. I just delivered someone free of charge. This is deliverance for somebody. All right? So it requires a consciousness. Of course, we have adaptability, the ability to learn new tools, new skills. And let me say this. If you are a Nigerian listening to me, you can, let me say this for free. You can flex your muscle that you are competent in knowing how to adapt to life. In this side of the world, we improvise on any kind of thing. We learn new tools, we learn new skills, we just build ourselves. Innovation is incorporated into us at every time. And then, of course, leadership. This is not the era where you can say to yourself, well, I'm not really a leader. I just like somebody telling me what to do. Well, that is good, but you can lead on a sub-level. So leadership is huge in our day and time. It's that ability to inspire people, it's that ability to influence people. In fact, it was David Bellow in 1962 who, let me attach this to communication, who said closely, right, that the sole aim of communication is to influence others. The sole aim of communication is to influence others. How many of you have listened to a conversation, a speech that is from someone like Martin Luther King, someone like Adolf Hitler? If you hear those people communicate, their capacity to speak and transmit their ideas is profound. You must know how to communicate. That's why, see, listen to me. Oh, let me say this to you. You must be mindful of your environment. Some of you are so vast and so developed in pidgin that it has now become a part of your lingua franca. There are people, excuse me, there are people that you should communicate with at that level, maybe. But globally, it is not a language for all the world to understand. Except you are trying to teach something, except your target audience, for instance, are those set of people. But you are doing a great disservice to your capacity to communicate in a global lingua when all you do is write in shorthand, speak vernacular or pidgin, and all you are doing is that you can construct just 4-5 lines without ChatGPT helping your life. It's a danger. We live in an era where people can have trust. All right? Oh, who did that? We live in an era where people can have people literally, seeing them in the light of being intelligent. But It's the influence of AI that is making them sound like that. Let me ask this. How many of you have seen a friend's post, a content from a friend, and you were looking at the post like this? While you were reading the post, you just say, this guy cannot write like this. This thing is chat GPT that helped this guy. How many of you? How many of you have found somebody like that around your circle? You're just seeing the person writing, and the person is dishing out some maybe even good content, and you just look at it, you're like, beyond the ever wondered kind of way that ChatGPT will start for you, for those who are amateur ChatGPT users, ever wondered, what's that other word it uses? Give me some ChatGPT words, please. All right? You must know how to communicate. There's something called, let me type this for you. This evening, right? Let me teach you something for free in AI. I think I should come around and do a class on AI. How many of you have heard this or seen this thing I wrote that is highlighted? Peter says, here are some methods below. CJ says, I can relate. Naret said, I have. McDaniel Araulua said, the moment I see hyphens in a post, I know that GPT is involved. In the realm of Sam Alabi. All right. This is what I put in the post that is highlighted as a comment. Is called Socratic prompting. Go and study about it. It's something in the realm of prompt engineering. All right. It's called Socratic prompting. All right. Socratic prompting. Very important. You've got to learn how to use that when it comes to upskill yourself. It's simple, it's not taxing. Just go and ask, what is Socratic prompting? How can I use Socratic prompting in AI? All right, go and learn it, go and master it. I'm giving you free lessons tonight. It's because of part of the things I've upskilled myself. So I'm flexing my muscle when it comes to this, right? So it's called Socratic prompting. Go study it. All right, study how to use it in your AI conversations, in your tokenization. It's called tokenization in AI. Anyway, let me shift from that. I'm getting so interested with AI, like I'm doing a lot of studies around it, and I'm trying to position myself for the future as well. All right, problem solving, finding innovative solutions, and of course, we have emotional intelligence. All right, emotional intelligence, managing workplace relationships and stress. It's very important. You see, and as believers, you've got to learn how to manage your emotions. There are 4 levels of emotional intelligence: self-awareness and regulation, and on and on and on. But in the workplace, you must discover that if you want to upskill in your career development, these soft skills are non-negotiable: communication, cultural intelligence, adaptability, leadership, as well as problem solving, emotional intelligence. They are key. There are many others, but you need to literally play around with this. You need to learn this. You need to master it. And let me just give you a pro tip again. If you don't know where to learn these skills, it's very easy. Let me share with you. It's very easy. All you need to do is simply link up, come up to LinkedIn. All right, come up to LinkedIn. Um, come up to LinkedIn. I can't advise you less, except you love Snapchat, Instagram, and all those others. Very fine. I'm not, but if you need to grow professionally, the platform you should be on is LinkedIn. Don't be intimidated by LinkedIn. When you get into LinkedIn, I'm happy to announce I just get a certification, and low self-esteem start worrying you. Don't be troubled with that. Get into an uncomfortable space and be there, stay there, relate there, like stay there completely. When you get into LinkedIn, I know that people have other platforms where they can learn, edX and all of those kind of platforms where they can learn stuff, right? But this is very important. Get into LinkedIn, optimize your profile, and then go for LinkedIn learning. Go for LinkedIn learning. In going for LinkedIn learning, one of the things that happens to you with LinkedIn learning is simply the fact that you will come to terms with how you can master these soft skills and earn a quick certification around it. You will earn a quick certification around it. And LinkedIn Learning, of course, they will ask you to impute your ATM for the first 1 month, which is trial version. They won't pay you. Use that 1 month. In fact, I give every one of you a task. Go and optimize your profile and get into LinkedIn Learning. They will give you 1 month free. Choose these courses. Select these courses. Select communication. Select adaptability, problem solving, leadership, emotional intelligence, cultural intelligence, and learn for free. Some of the courses are just 1 hour plus. You'll be done. Some are even less than 1 hour. How many of you have taken LinkedIn courses? Let's see. Let's see your hand. See your hand. Say, yes, I have. Oh, no, I've not. It's something you must attempt to do from today. Today is the 4th of April. You must learn to go further and develop yourself, because these are essential soft skills that you can master. You can quickly get into them and you can use them. But with every upskilling need in our world, there's also a psychology attached to it. There's also a psychology of growth that is attached to it. And that psychology needs to be, we need to overcome that psychology. The first is overcoming fear of change. All right? Because some people resist career changes. How many of you remember, if you can, how many of you remember the era of cassettes? Okay, my ATM doesn't seem to work when I try to impute my card. All right, so what you do in that instance, Chioma, is for you to there are many Nigerian banks don't work, but you can use Providus. If you have Providus account, you can use Providus. All right. If it doesn't need to be funded, you can use Providus. Once you have a Providus account, or you have someone that has a Providus account, you can use that. If you need a Providus account, reach out to me. I can help you. So yes, Tunde says, McDaniel says, GT Bank works, virtual cards, bank cards, Providus. Exactly. All right. Good. All right. So I do VHS and VCD. Right. You remember cassettes? Now there was a time when there was a business that was involved with cassettes. How many of you remember when people used to go and rent cassettes, like not the tapes, so VHS and VCD? They'll go and borrow it. People made money out of that business, right? They made money, so you go. And all those Nigerian movies, oh God, thank God for the changes in life. Those Nigerian movies did us strong things, right? Very strong things. So people will go there and borrow. Then they give you 48 hours or 24 hours. You watch, then you come back, you go and return. Then those of you that have very amazing families, and maybe you're 20 naira for 1 day, yes. All right. Hear me, your chest says, we still have it in my house. You know, those cassettes were just amazing. If you don't know what it is, go and find Google. All right. Go and find Google, and you will be amazed at what you will see. You would, you know, these Nigerian movies is Sakaba part 1 to 6. People will go and borrow 20 naira, then they will watch. Then if you have a very wonderful neighbor that you offended, and that day he doesn't want you to watch TV, usually they used to open curtain, and if you did not give him something, or you did not tell him something, he will say, today you will not watch it. As you are watching it, one of the children will just come and close the curtain. We just close the curtain and say, you will not watch today. You that refused, you did not do that thing, but you will not watch today. Again, I'm sharing that so that you can relish, for those of you who can relate to that story, you can relish how life has changed. Today, we have Netflix, right? We have Netflix. We have all of those kind of stuff that we can sit down now and just watch a movie from beginning to end. The world has moved on. The world has already moved on. That's part of the upskilling we are talking about. But you see, there's a psychology for career growth. Sometimes some people don't want the change, they resist it, not because they don't want to be relevant, but of course, remember the things I shared with you, it comes with a fear of failure, it comes with a fear of disapproval. It comes with the fear of success. It comes with the fear of commitment. It comes with the fear of unknown. The Airbnb changed and brought a revolution to the hospitality industry. Same thing Apple did. Same thing most of the businesses around us, they did. Many of us would not remember or realize that the likes of Samsung was not always a phone producing company. In the 1930s, Samsung was a fish company. Fish company. That's what they produced, right? But over the years, they began to evolve. They moved up. And today, we will literally not remember that Samsung was once upon a time a fishing company. We will not remember. And that brings us to what we consider as a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is simply a mind that is positioned for positive outcomes and ready for evolution that happens around it. While a fixed mindset is that kind of mindset that's like, what's gonna be, right? Nothing should change. Let's just stay here. It's the way that right now we are telling people learn AI. People should master AI, right? But we have professionals who are still reluctant to learn AI. They are reluctant. But it's important that you don't resist career shifts happening. You must now position yourself with strategy to learn how to overcome it. Oftentimes, when we talk about the growth mindset and the fixed mindset, we are in the point where we are having self-belief, we are having limiting belief, and it's not letting us advance in our career progression. Think of the likes of Elon Musk, for instance. Now, Elon Musk is creating a new industry, right? A totally new industry, right? When it comes to us using technology, rocket science, he's bringing a complete revolution to that industry. Complete revolution. If you want to overcome the fear and the psychology of career shift, you must build a habit of continuous learning. You must build a habit of continuous learning. And let me give you 4 things that you can do quickly. Number 1, you must interact and relate with industry reports. Number 2, you must develop yourself when it comes to micro courses. It doesn't have to be lengthy, but just short courses. Number 3, you must also have to attend webinars, sessions like this to bring yourself into continuous learning. Number 4, you must also develop yourself with a career coach. With a career coach, those 4 things are very important. Number 1, you must come to the place where you interact and you relate with industry experts, industry reports. That's why it's important again for every one of you. Go on LinkedIn. I am not joking. Get on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn. Hear the reports of what people are saying. I wanted to say something, but I've got no, I will still say it. I will not stop. I will say to you, many of you, right, are just listening to stale news in your industry. In fact, you have no idea. You are a consumer in your industry. You are not setting the pace in your industry. You've got to be a pace setter, especially for the reason that you have the mind of Christ. You've got to set pace. When I gave you the prompt earlier, it's because I'm thinking of the future. I don't just want to be a conventional kind of coach. I don't want to be a coach that just sits down and say, pay me for a coaching session and that's all. When the world is moving fast, can you think about the number of people I can help in an instant by developing and replicating and automating my ideas, what I know? It will be amazing to reach the world differently. It will be amazing to come to the place where you are able to shift the world just because you have put yourself in a place where you can continually grow. Very important. The fears will ever be there. But these four things, when it comes to your habit of continuous learning, will help you. So let me quickly share a couple of things and I'll cap it up with you today. All right. Have you been enjoying the session so far? Has it been a blessing to you? Tell me, give me feedback. 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 All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're 40 something here. If you're not driving, if you're not moving around, let me see your comment. Let me see your comment. Let me see your comment. I'm about to share with you what you should start doing, actionable steps you should take to move the needle when it comes to your industry. To move the needle when it comes to your industry. You are about to have actionable steps. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Except you are driving, I'm doing roll call. Okay? I'm doing roll call. This is how we'll give certificates. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let me put this out quickly. Good. These are the strategic career improvements that I want to discuss with you as we cap it up, as we prepare to wrap up today. All right? Number one, do not play with personal branding. Oh, God, I can spend time on all of these points. Do not play with personal branding. And as simple as it is a significant shift in your industry. And personal branding is not just about clothing, it's about persona, it's about character, it's about courage. Let me say that again. Personal branding is not just about clothing, it's about persona, it's about courage, it's about character. Don't play with personal branding. The world will not forgive you. Oh, you see, some of you in your career, I know that your office allows you to, or the career you are choosing in life allows you to wear bedroom slippers and Crocs. I bind you in the name of God. There are places you should not be going with Crocs. Listen to me. You will say all you want to say. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's what I have. Men look at the outward appearance. I'm not asking you to steal. I'm not asking you to I'm not asking you to live above your means. I'm telling you, if you were in even Joseph, when they called him up to meet with Pharaoh, he shaved. He prepared himself. It sounds so simple, but I'm telling you how it would operate. Don't everywhere from your house in Lamingo to Terminus, you're on Crocs. You're just feeling, I like something light. I like something light. I don't like things. I don't like to be weighty. I like light. Then you wear bathroom slippers from your house, and the helper of your destiny and career move is watching you. I know you didn't expect me to come this way because you're expecting me to just tell you, I've given you lots of things you should go and learn. But I'm telling you, strategic career improvement is part of your adaptability. Create a standout professional identity. I was speaking to someone in diaspora, in the UK precisely, 2 days ago, and I was helping her with her LinkedIn and showing her what she should do with her LinkedIn. And she didn't have a headshot photo. Every one of you, go and take a proper headshot photo. Headshot photo is like this. Do you understand? It stops around your shoulder. It's not the kind of photo that your whole family stuff is showing. Have a befitting headshot image. There are basics you shouldn't play with in this generation. I know you're going to say, God will meet me. He will meet you. But the people he's sending, they have eyes and they are looking. All right? They are looking. I can spend a whole lot of time talking about personal branding, but let's move on, right? Networking. This is not the day and time when you will say, I'm shy. I like to be on my own, right? And those of you who come to church, I'm saying this because it's part of your upskilling. You have no idea how much resource we have, not just in our local church, but in any place you find yourself. Network with people. Don't come to church and after service, you just do boom. There are people whose companies are looking for roles. They don't know you. Sam Alabi. Right? They don't know you. In this city, I'm not meaning to brag, but in this city, let me brag. Let me mean to brag. Sorry. Okay? Let me make a boast. In this city, you can't call, there are no two godfathers in this city. There are no two godfathers. Right? I'm not saying you should bear a name necessarily in personal branding, but there are not two godfathers. Right? When you call a coach in this city, when you call somebody who is a trainer in this city, my name must be there. It must be there. How do I achieve that? It's networking with people. PK on the social media handles is starting something around how to build and manage relationships, building and managing relationships. All right? You must learn how to build in your career. You must learn how to network with people. You've learned communication. You've learned how to carry yourself, but you must also learn how to network. Don't go for an event. And I'm not saying become a busy bee in an event, but I'm saying don't go somewhere and sit down there and just say, anybody that wants to come and greet me, let them come and greet me. We're in a live session this evening. You've not commented. It's a virtual session, but you've not commented. You've not said, hi, everyone. My name is XYZ. At least let us see your name. Let somebody say, I like that name, Grateful. Wow, what does it mean? Let them even pick interest in your name in commenting. You are there listening this night and saying, I'm just tuned in. I'm just listening. I'm just listening. I'm just fine. Network. Right? Network. Network. And let me give you an opportunity in this session. Do it like a three line of who you are and what you do. Drop it in the comment section. Someone might take interest in you. Learn to network. You might be surprised that you and someone are even in the same industry and you can learn. See, I brought out the Meet Up by Dorcas. She was quiet since, but I brought her out. Right? Right? Lifelong learning see, this thing is strategic move. Oh. Lifelong learning. You must stay relevant through continuous education. You must stay relevant. You must stay relevant. Since the beginning of this year, you have not read one book. Even if you're a fashion designer, have you even gone online and say, how does Zara produce their clothes or bags or Chanel? Just play, right? Just play and see how they, in fact, you have YouTube night data. They give you YouTube night. Have you Googled how people in your industry are doing it generally? See, people are introducing themselves. Yes. That's what should be happening. McDaniel, Evelyn. Yes. That's how it should be. Right? You should come to the point where since the beginning of this year, this is April, have you read one book? Have you taken one short course? Just one short course. You have YouTube night. All you are watching in YouTube night is Achalogo and Odogu, love in every word. Yes, is Achalugo. And you're just there flexing and saying, this movie is interesting. Somebody produced the movie. Somebody produced the movie. You are just there. I'm not saying don't have moments of relaxation. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you should use that YouTube night data for personal development. Watch endless videos. Ask questions. Who are the top people in my industry? You are a product designer. Go and check. What do the top people who are product designers, what are they doing? Just watch. A day in the life of a product, just watch. Peace, you are a social media manager. Cool. Watch YouTube. Information is available everywhere. You've got to have lifelong learning. That's how to upskill yourself. Number 4, mentorship. Mentorship. There are people who have gone ahead of you. There are people who have gone ahead of you. Learn from them. Right? Ask questions. Interact. Send a DM. And don't just send people a DM. Let me teach you the strategy for sending DMs that will not be rejected. Don't just go and say, hi, I am, okay, let me use somebody's name. I'm Favor Unarum, and I'll be so glad for you to mentor you. They will just give you virtual knock. Nobody will respond to you like that. Okay, I'm just using Favor right now. Right? Nobody will respond. Hello or good day. My name is Favor Unarum. I have followed your works in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. One of the most interesting things that appeals to me about your work is XYZ. I'll be glad to learn further from you. Direct, straight. Don't go and be sending people you want to learn from who have gone ahead of you. You're going to be sending them hi, hello. Then you're waiting for them to respond to you. Hi, hello. And then they should not come and tell you, oh, all right, good day. The Lord bless you. They would, who has that time? People who have gone ahead, they are struggling with time. They want their time to be effectively used. You must prove that the time they want to spend with you is worth it. Is worth it. Don't go and say to them, hi, hello, then you'll keep quiet for 2 weeks. So when they reply, hi, hello, then what now happens? You now come back and say, how are you? How is your family? Like, receive sense in the name of Jesus. Do you understand? You can't do that. Anyway, moving on. You need to leverage technology and AI. You must make tech, right, your career ally. It's not a threat to you. You must learn it. Some of you need to even Google the tools that are available to your industry. The tools that are available to your industry. What tools are available? What trends are there? Right? Use it. So many things can enhance your productivity today. And then, of course, the career pivots, knowing when and how to make a career transition. Very important. Very important. All right? Very important. Now we're having green energy, we're having AI ethics, we're having blockchain, we're having space exploration, we're having a whole lot of things that are there. You must ask yourself, what jobs are least likely to be replaced by AI? They are there. They are there. There's a pivot that is happening all around the globe. So if you want to pivot in your career or future-proof your career, this is just what to do. It's very simple. You need to understand the emerging industries that are around you. Some jobs are obsolete, right? Some jobs are obsolete. They are obsolete. In fact, some of you who are students, by the time you graduate from university, what you studied is already irrelevant. Is already irrelevant. See, people are not networking. You people have sense in this room. I wanted to say free Zobo for all of you. So, but there's virtual Zobo for all of you. Drink virtual Zobo and stay fresh, stay refreshed and hydrated in the name of the Lord. All right? There's AI trainer that is coming up everywhere. Remote work specialists are rising up everywhere. You must remember that as the world transitions in terms of technical competencies, soft skills will not change. Every role will require communication, will require leadership, will require creativity, will require human empathy, will require complex problem solving. You've got to harness your soft skills. Someone once said that you can gain a job with your technical skills and you can lose them on account of ignorance or lack of soft skills. Don't sit down and say, what kind of course are they teaching us in Nigeria? All these irrelevant things. You are here. It is what it is. This is where you are. You are not yet in anywhere out of the country. And if you're going to go, fine and good. But you have leverage. The leverage are, in fact, there are 5 things you just need to thrive in our society. Number 1, you need internet or data, right? You need internet or data. Number 2, you need a device. You need a device. A laptop, a phone, it's a device, right? Number 3, you need a platform. You need a platform where you are both exchanging and relating and conversing. You need a platform. Number 4, you need a particular focus or a message. A particular focus or a message. You need that. All right. And then this 5th one is not a global standard, but you need to have it. Let me say to you, it's power, electricity, akwewuta. There is, you can't be in this world now and you want to upskill yourself, you want to be relevant, and every day of your life, they're still asking you, what's happening to you? You say, there's no light in our area. NEPA took light for 5 days. Go and buy power bank, my friend. Go and buy power bank. Those excuses are not globally relatable. They can't understand what you're saying. You say in our age, and you want to well up sympathy. You can't now. You are not upskilling. The soft skill of communication, you don't know it. It's basic. You are lacking. Even if you did not have light since, communication will let you know how to communicate. You will present the idea differently. You will say, in our area, there's no light to remember personal branding. I'm teaching you now. There are people you can't be telling that. Global opportunities are coming your way. Say, in our area for 5 days, there's no light. Abba. And you sat down like that, and you are expecting a remote job to come in this emerging and changing world, it won't work. Those 5 things needs to be fixed, right? They need to be fixed for you to thrive. Start with power. Every one of you listening, if you cannot get a generator, at least start believing God for inverter. There are small ones that can be charging your phone. They even have touch lights. You can trust the Lord. It's part of your upskilling and personal branding. Has this been a blessing to you all today? Has this been a blessing to you all? Let me see. Okay. I won't have this. Our time is fast spent. So let me jump. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for time. Thank you. All right. Let me hold up and pause. Over to you. Thank you, Facinachi. Thank you, others at the back end. You can come up live.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, sir. That was massive. In fact, they were just straight bullets coming to us. Like you're trying to dodge, you just hit us another one. And one of my major takeouts is technical skill can move away and all that. They can evolve, but soft skill, it's not going to go too soon, especially communication. You know, something happened for like months now. I'm working on a project, and yesterday I just saw the message of the guy. The way he communicated, I was just like, I just want the results. Don't send this thing to me and tell me your frustration. I just want results. So I can relate to it all you are saying. Don't tell me there is no light. Just give me results. And these are certain things that you won't be told. In fact, one of my friends got a job last year, and if assuming she mentioned there's no light in Nigeria, that lady would have lost that job. And this money they are paying her, let me just not say the amount, but it was massive. The money is massive. She would have lost it because of that simple question. Do you have stable power supply? And she gave them all her power sources. That was how she got the job. Thank you so much, sir. So in the comment section, can we have your questions? Can you start dropping your questions and your key takeouts? While you drop your questions, what are your key takeouts? My key takeout is personal branding is it's not just headshots, character, courage, everything. And we are following you, sir. I can see your work on LinkedIn. We are following closely, back to back. So let me go to the comment section and see what's happening there. Yeah, Samuel say a huge blessing, sir, and favor. Thank you, sir. Samuel again. Thank you, the Godfather. And I love it. I love the fact that the Godfather say, let me brag a little. Yeah, when you put in the work, for me, I would say there's some bragging and sometimes that is worthy to be used. You have done the work, and it's worthy to say the only Godfather in the city of Jos Plateau State and beyond.
Absolutely.
No, you're putting the work.
Yes. We've come a long way.
Yeah.
Abba.
So Cynthia said her major takeouts are visibility and growth mindset. Martha said, thank you, sir. Thank you, the Godfather. Is it that we don't have any question?
The Godfather.
I have questions, sir.
Ask.
So while I wait for other persons to drop their question, I have a question, sir. When it
Okay.
comes to LinkedIn, when it comes to uh, making up your profile on LinkedIn, it's just a two-in-one question. One, how do I know how to niche down as a person? You can use any of the case study to help me know how to niche down. Two is, what are the key things, key parts of my LinkedIn profile that when I'm trying to set up that I should consider? Because in fact, one of the action points that you stated here is ensure you go to that LinkedIn, stay there. So for those that are not there, sir, how do you tell them? What are the tips, just one or two, on how to build their LinkedIn profile and how can they niche down? Thank
Hmm.
you, sir.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let me show you something about
Okay,
let me
sir.
show you what you're asking me. Can you see this? Can you see what my
Not yet.
cursor is?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, it's on the screen. It's I'm
Okay,
sharing
yeah.
Yeah, I
something
can
on the
see it.
screen. Good, good,
Okay.
good, good, good. Right. So what you're asking me like this now, you see the value.
Can you can you zoom it? Can you zoom it?
I can,
Can
I
you
can,
zoom it,
I should.
please?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
can.
Magdana, you're welcome. Oh, okay.
Do you see
Egoni,
it?
Thank you.
Is it
30
clear?
And
clicks.
that's even subsidized though. It's subsidized.
It's
Exactly, exactly,
clear.
exactly.
It's not
Uh-huh.
clear. It's not clear.
Exactly. So I needed to say that first, but it's um it's important that it's not like very importantly, it's good for us to know what LinkedIn represents. And I believe strongly that everyone listening here should be on LinkedIn. So the basics you should look out for. There are three things that people look out for once they hit your LinkedIn. It's the fact that number one, they want to connect with you based on your headline. It's called the headline. The headline is simply a description of you, who you are, what you do, and who you help. Let me say that again. Who you are, what you do, and who you help. That's the headline. Number two is your profile photo. You need a headshot profile photo when you're on LinkedIn. A headshot, very important. So people can easily connect with you. Let me show you. Let me use my 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 screen. Let me share my screen and show you so that you can see what I'm saying. Share because you asked me a practical question. So is
Someone
it
is
clear?
asking, can we get the slides? You, before I go
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
father, come through me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Right. So let me show you quickly for those of you who don't know the things that are important. So this is how my own LinkedIn looks like. All right. So this is what we call the headline. Can you see where my cursor is moving on?
Yes.
Good. This is called the headline. All right. So this is what happens. Struggling with purpose, growth, or business. I help you find clarity and skill with confidence. Life coach, speaker, business trainer, cultural intelligence expert, host of SDG Unveiled and 7 Laws of Transformation. All right. So this is your headline. The next is your headshot photo. Very important. Those two things, people are observing you through them. They are making decisions. It's part of your personal branding. All right. So this headshot is important. You see, it's a headshot. It's not a full photo that you go and put there. It's a headshot photo. Very important. This is called the banner. For those of you who don't know, it's called a banner. All right. And this banner also communicates what you do, who you help. Exactly. So you see, my banner reads, go from stuck to unstoppable, transform your faith and identity, master your communication and strategy, book a coaching session. You see? And that's the basic that you need to get a hang. This first session is important. Then you can start moving down to your about session. And this is what recruiters would do for your what's it called? They would do on your profile. Many people don't know, but they come to your profile and they can just download your profile easily. And when they download your profile easily, they can see everything that they need to know about you. These open to, some people will go and put open to working and open to all of that is not very necessary. All right. You don't need to advertise that you're open to work. Just show your skill and people will come around you. Those things are the basics that everyone who wants to get in touch with LinkedIn must put in place completely. They must have those things completely. I hope I answered that question, if it's not you. Let's move on. Let's move on so
Yeah.
that we can cap it up in like 8 minutes. Let's see.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Just before we begin to read out the questions on in the comment section, I have one question. You spoke about 5 things that you need to thrive in today's world, and internet, smartphone, a platform, a message, and power. Do you mind in like 30 seconds just share with us something about that message? Because it seems like a lot for many of us out there.
Okay, so what you're passionate about, what you're interested in, that's the message. That's what we'll call a message. What you look at being identified with, your passions, your interests, all of those things are the things you need to have in mind as your message. You may not be looking to be an entrepreneur online, but you may be looking at the way of being an employee, and employability is a top skill. So what's the thing you're driving at? Is it data governance, data analysis, customer service? What exactly are it's when we mean message, let me put it again this way. It's kind of the niche you play around. I think that will help. The niche you play around. That's literally what it means.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. So we have a question from Grateful, and he says, "Are we being forced to adopt AI, even as AI itself seems to be in a self-discovery stage?"
I wouldn't say that we are forced. I just think that the whole world is beginning to revolve around it, because functionality, productivity is now revolving, effectiveness and efficiency is now revolving around the tools. And the world we live in is contending for time. In customer service, for instance, there are 5 things your customer is looking out for. One of those 5 things is speed of service. Anybody who can deliver based on speed of service gets the job faster. That's why in your world today, if you go to the laundryman, for instance, every one of us is seemingly impatient. You go to the laundryman, you go to the cafeteria to eat, or the restaurant. When you get there, you are sitting down and you're asking them, after you've made your choice in the menu, then you're asking them, how many minutes will it take? Because we are almost impatient nowadays. We are looking out for how fast can we be served. And what AI is preferring is that it's giving us an opportunity to be faster in the delivery of our services, as it were. So we are not forced to adopt it. Humans, by present conditioning, want speed, want efficiency, want more productivity. And even though it's in its discovery stage, it's still in its infancy, but people are already adopting it. It's also being adopted as fast as possible. So we're not forced. It's just the human need that is matching an offer that is on ground.
Of course, we need to go grow big or go home.
Exactly.
So we have a question from Emmanuel Akinola, and he says, "How does one effectively balance upskilling with the skills that are relevant today and the ones that will be relevant in the future?"
Hmm. Good question. How does one effectively balance upskilling with skills? Already, remember I mentioned that there are certain things that are moving out in every industry. Certain things are moving out. Um, let me give you a case in point. One of the competitive advantage of a particular hospital in Jos, Nigeria, is the fact that everyone, they didn't pay me to do advert for them, so I won't call their names. Everyone who does ultra scan will usually get it in the 3D, not 3D version. We get it in the, pardon me to use it, analog version, as it were. It's black and white kind of stuff. Then a particular hospital comes up in Jos, and they began to offer almost 3D imaging. So you will likely see the picture of your baby in the womb. And they were able to attract people in that way. If you want to balance upskilling, it's simply the fact that, in fact, I didn't share something in my slide. Let me share it. I think it will help attend to this completely. This is it. Upskilling means acquiring new or advanced skills to stay relevant, to improve performance, and to grow professionally in a changing work environment. It's about learning what's needed today and what will be needed tomorrow. That's the way to ask yourself. If you want to effectively balance Emmanuel, ask yourself, what's needed today? It requires thinking and reflection. What will be relevant tomorrow? That's the way to drive your upskilling initiative and drive completely. I hope I answered that.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, sir. We have a question from Favor Norom. Uh, I am particularly interested in this question because LinkedIn is a place that is full of a lot of pressure. And so you just go, you see a 1 year old kid with 5 PhDs and an enterprise solution, baby as a service software, you know. So it's sad, but oh well. So she's asking in the LinkedIn space, how do you manage pressure from people that are already in your field, seeing that you are just kickstarting and sometimes feeling, are you sure you are supposed to be here, you know? So how do you manage that pressure?
You know, one of the things I like about LinkedIn is that it tests what you believe about yourself, your esteem factor. If you get into
Absolutely.
LinkedIn, oh God, if you are not careful, you will run out. That's why most people don't like it, because it will test what you said you know. You can't even get to LinkedIn and act like a superstar when you are not. It will literally drown you, because it's a professional space. We can't forget that. It doesn't mean it doesn't accept you. People often ask me many times, what professions are acceptable? And I say all are acceptable. I have coached someone who who started LinkedIn about 15 months ago, and all he does is chess. He plays chess. That's all he does. He's equally a medical doctor, and I brought him on LinkedIn about 15 months ago. Today, he has earned over $7,000, $8,000 in revenue from LinkedIn by people consulting him to teach them how to play chess and how to use the strategies of chess to make their life better.
Wow.
If chess can be relevant there, Favor, you are a fashion designer. Why can't you stay there? Right? So, how do you manage the pressure from people who are there? They are there, you be you.
Mm,
One of the easiest way is if you have someone who is a guide for you on that map, and you are ready to go all in for the next 6 months. I can tell you, you would see results. Whether you are
oh,
kickstarting, the amateur of today will become an expert tomorrow. The novice of
absolutely.
today will become confident in a confident expert tomorrow. So we need to recognize you are starting, but it doesn't mean imposter syndrome will likely happen to you, but be sure of where you are headed to and keep growing. You will attract the right set of people.
All right, sir. Thank you so very much for sharing from your wealth of experience with us. Our time is fast spent, but one last thing. If there was one thing you would say to us, you know, amidst all the multitude of things you've said already, but if there was one thing you'd want to be our key takeaway, what would that be?
Oh, interesting. Again, I'll say to you, this is what I will say to you, every one of you.
Grow big or go home.
That's what I'm going to say to
Wow.
you. Grow big. Remember what I
Or go
said.
big.
Remember who you are. Understand how the world works. And then, of course, you must master, you must master your role in all of this economy, you must master your role completely. So grow big or go home with what I'll leave with every one of you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Can we just give the Godfather a round of applause in the comments? Come on, let's see that. Let's see that. A big thank you from the leadership of the Singles Fellowship of New Covenant Church for honoring our invite and for speaking to us and sharing with us very relevant things concerning upskilling. Just chess, yes. Let's give the Godfather a big hand. Thank you so much for all that you've dished out to us today. Is that the best you can? Achalugo, you will your excitement for that movie is more than what I'm seeing here. Come on. We can do better. I like the energy now. Yes, absolutely. All right. So for those of us just joining us for the first time, this event, Upskilling for the New Age, is hosted by the Singles Fellowship of the New Covenant Church in Jos, where we raise a godly, happy, and prosperous family. And we're looking forward to you fellowshipping with us. If you're in town or if you're just going through town, we're looking forward to you spending some time with us and you will learn sound doctrine. Oh, dear Lord God. And so, also don't forget that this event is hosted here on our YouTube channel, and do well to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with as many persons as possible. The video will still be up for us to refer to. Make sure you watch it over and over and over again, and allow that all of these information to sink down and simmer down. Spend time with it. And so thank you again, once again, to the leadership of the church, to our dear pastor, Kola Wale Ojo, for the opportunity, and to every single member of the pastorate for ensuring that, for overseeing us and ensuring that this pulls through successfully. And is Ife Sinachi still here? I don't know if she is. All right, she isn't. And so we'll just take just a word of prayer and then we'll wrap it all up. And so thank you, dear Father, for all that we've learned this evening. Thank you because our ignorance has been permanently damaged. And we receive, strength and grace to be able to execute all that we have been taught to the glory of your name. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. All right, so any final words, any last words from Ife Sinachi just before we draw the curtains today? We draw the curtains today.
Oh, wow. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Thank you to the great team, the schools of the Youth Fellowship. Thank you so much, everyone that put in their efforts to ensure that great Godfather, thank you so much, great and the best audience, people to have, the best VIP. Thank you so much. See you in our next program. I'm Magdane. Thank you.
Thank you too, Ife
Thank
Sinachi.
you
It
too,
was nice doing
Ivisnachi.
this
It
with
was
you.
nice doing this with you.
Grace
Same
is with
here.
you and
Grace is with
enjoy
you
the rest of
and
your evening.
enjoy the rest of your evening.
God bless everyone. Bye.